Of the African Bank of Oman is announced in the Angolan capital, Luanda. The Sultanate of Oman registers Omani frankincense internationally as a WIPO geographical indication. Tehran confirms it has not yet decided on resuming negotiations as Washington says that its negotiating delegation is heading to Islamabad. And the Israeli army continues artillery shelling on southern Lebanon while Lebanese refugees continue returning to their homes. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. In a move that embodies the depth of the economic partnership between the Sultanate of Oman and the African continent, the establishment of the African Bank of Oman was announced today in Luanda, the capital of Angola. This bank embodies the objectives of Oman Vision 2040, which aims to diversify income sources and enhance Oman's international investment presence. His Highness Sayyid Tayazin bin Haytham Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for Economic Affairs, affirmed that this bank's establishment reflects the economic diplomacy and its foundations were laid by His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq. This approach aims to strengthen Oman's international investment and economic presence and reinforce its role in connecting global markets. His Highness explained that in addition to the strategic, financial and investment roles, the bank will play a pivotal role in supporting Omani companies to expand internationally and access new markets and investment opportunities. This will contribute to supporting economic development efforts in Angola by financing strategic projects and developing the trade and investment financing system. The deliberations of a symposium titled The Quran and Human Development, organized by Imam Jabir bin Zayed Endowments Foundation, commenced today. The two-day symposium aims to highlight the role of the Holy Quran in the intellectual and moral development of human being and to explore the potential of activating its presence in shaping a human future founded upon education, values, and identity. The symposium held at Sultan Qaboos University features the participation of a number of specialists in Quranic sciences and the service of Islamic Sharia from within the Sultanate of Oman and abroad. The symposium is expected to come up with a number of recommendations that contribute in strengthening the presence of the Holy Quran in various spheres of life, particularly in educational, instructional and intellectual domains, thereby supporting the developments of human being who is balanced intellectually, spiritually and behaviorally. The symposium was presided over by His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court. His Excellency General Sultan bin Muhammad Al Nu'mani, Minister of the Royal Office, received His Excellency Thomas Frederick Schneider, Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany to the Republic of Yemen. The meeting reviewed the latest development in the Yemeni crisis and the international efforts aimed at reaching a solution. His Excellency the Ambassador commended the diplomatic efforts of the Sultanate of Oman, which emphasized dialogue and the rejection of violence among all parties in the way that contributes to achieving a lasting and sustainable peace to enhance security and stability for the Yemeni people. The Sultanate of Oman has successfully registered Omani frankincense as an international geographical indication in the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO. The issuance of the international registration certificate marks a milestone that reflects the enduring stature of the ancient product in Omani identity and in global heritage-linked trade. The registration, the first of its kind in the Gulf region, Crown's institutional efforts to protect Omani fragrances and enhance its marketing value in international markets. This is achieved by linking the product to its authentic geographical origin, its distinctive qualities tied to its natural environment and cultural heritage, and by leveraging Oman's accession to the Geneva Act of Lisbon Agreement, which provides for the international protection of appellations of origin and geographical indications. All eyes are on Islamabad today, which is intensifying its effort to hold a second round of negotiations between the United States and Iran, 2 days before the ceasefire expires. However, Tehran confirmed that it has not yet made a decision regarding resuming negotiations. More details in the coming report.
The United States said it forcibly seized an Iranian-flagged cargo ship that tried to pass its naval blockade in the northern Arabian Sea near the Strait of Hormuz on Sunday. Iran called the United States seizure of an Iranian ship near the Strait of Hormuz a clear breach of both international law and an agreed ceasefire.
What we have been dealing with are ceasefire violations during periods when the pass was supposed to hold.
The attack was the first interception since the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports began last week.
All of these are clear breaches of international law and the United Nations Charter, as well as direct violations of the ceasefires. In a situation like this, how can anyone really trust the United States' claims about reconciliation and diplomacy?
Iran's Joint Military Command vowed to respond, throwing a fragile ceasefire into question days before it expires on Wednesday. His remarks came after U.S. President Donald Trump said U.S. negotiators will be in Pakistan on Monday for another round of talks with Iran, but Iranian officials did not directly respond to his announcement. Baqai said Tehran did not have plans yet to attend any talks with the United States, but did not rule out their attendance.
Lebanese President Joseph Aoun discussed with the U.S. ambassador to Lebanon ways to maintain the ceasefire. Aoun emphasized that the goal of negotiations to halt hostilities and the Israeli incursion into southern area and deploy the army to the international organized southern border. On the ground, the Israeli army continues its attack on southern Lebanon, violating the truce that began on April 16th. The Lebanese National News Agency reported that the Israeli army is burning houses in the town of Qantara in the Marjoun district. It also carried out a heavy explosion in the vicinity of the town of Taiba Deir Syrian and is conducting a sweep of Deir Syrian. A demolition operation was also observed in Mais al-Jabal in the Marjoun district. Meanwhile, the Israeli army destroyed what remained of houses in the city of Bint Jbeil. The Israeli army issued a warning to residents of 21 villages in southern Lebanon not to return to their homes, claiming the presence of Hezbollah fighters despite the ceasefire agreement. The University of Nizwa marked the graduation of its 18th cohort as more than 1,000 graduates across various academic disciplines completed their studies and prepared to take the next step in their professional journeys. Here's more on this report.
In moments defined by pride and the fulfillment of long-awaited goals, the University of Nizwa marked the graduation of its 18th cohort. The ceremony brought together graduates and their families in an atmosphere of celebration and reflection, capturing the culmination of years of effort and perseverance.
I feel deeply honored, grateful, and just filled with joy to be here. This moment marks a milestone in my life, and it reflects not only an academic achievement, but a journey of personal growth as well.
I want to dedicate this achievement to my family, my parents, my husband, and my friends who give me the support from the beginning to the end of this journey. Also to my teacher who give me the guide for the years of the studying. Also being here, this day it represents everything, the late nights, the challenges we overcome, the friendship we built.
A total of 1,578 graduates were awarded degrees as part of the 18th cohort, including 80 at the master's level, 1,346 bachelor's graduates, 150 diploma holders, and 2 higher diploma graduates, reflecting a broad academic output across multiple pathways.
I get a high GPA, that it is a truly value for me. I dedicate this for my family, my brothers and sisters, and also for all teachers and doctors from College of Economic and Information System.
I'm proud of myself that I'm reached to the end, and big thanks to my family, to my husband also. During my study here in the university, actually I take a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. Also I add some of skills to my skills, which will help me in my career.
It's kind of a mix of feelings and emotions, so I'm a little bit happy and also sad because leaving this university, it's not an easy thing. I would like to thank all my colleagues and all my lecturers here in university, and thanks also my family and my friends.
The graduates reflected on a journey shaped by patience and determination, where years of learning, growth, and shared experience came together in this achievement. Beyond the celebration, the light of knowledge continues, leading them toward horizons yet to unfold. Reporting from the University of Nizwa, this is Saleh Bakhalfan al-Rahbi, الداخلية, Governorate.
The Oman Authority for Quality Assurance of Education organized in Muscat a session on the latest developments in higher education quality assurance activities in the Sultanate of Oman. Her Excellency, Dr. Joha bint Abdullah Al-Shakaili, chairperson of the authority, presented outlining the authority's new responsibilities, which aim to strengthen its national role in developing the quality assurance system according to the best international practices, supporting the integration of the education system and ensuring performance governance through an independent national body. The session also reviewed the features of the strategic plan and the new organizational structure, as well as challenges of implementing the national qualifications framework, reviewing its uses at the national level and the changes it necessitates and expected outcomes of its implementation. It was held under the auspices of Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bint Ahmed Al-Shaybani, Minister of Education. Farmers across the Sultanate of Oman have begun harvesting their wheat crop, anticipating a bountiful yield this year. Al-Bashair Farm in the Wilaya of Adam in the Al-Dakhliya Governorate is one of the model farms that focuses on food security crops and achieving self-sufficiency in strategic crops. The plantation of wheat crop this year in Al-Bashair Farm covered an area of 104 acres. The production of wheat crops this year witnessed significant increase in the Al-Bashair Farm, exceeding 100 tons, which reflect Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources attention to food security sector. The ministry's plan to support local wheat production in the Sultanate of Oman focuses on distributing high-quality seeds, providing financial support to farmers, enhancing food security and achieving the goals of Oman Vision 2040, in addition to expanding wheat cultivation across various governorates, providing technical and advisory support, offering assistance in harvesting operations and allocating land for farmers, and developing Omani wheat products. Major General Hamid bin Ahmed Sakroun, chairperson of the Academy for Strategic and Defense Studies, received in his office at Beit al-Falaj camp today a delegation from the Military Academy for Postgraduate and Strategic Studies of the Arab Republic of Egypt, headed by Major General Mahmoud Awad, director of the Academy. The chairperson of the Academy for Strategic and Defense Studies welcomed the visiting delegation. Then the two sides exchanged views on a number of matters of mutual interest, particularly in the academic field. A delegation from the Military Academy for Postgraduate and Strategic Studies of the Arab Republic of Egypt, headed by Major General Mahmoud Awad, director of the Academy, paid a visit to the National Defense College at the Academy for Strategic and Defense Studies. Upon arrival at the college in Beit al-Falaj camp, the delegation was welcomed by Rear Admiral Ali Abdullah Al-Shidi, commandant of the National Defense College. The visiting delegation received a briefing on the National Defense College and its facilities and equipment, and was acquainted with the college's various departments. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The establishment of the African Bank of Oman is announced in the Angolan capital, Luanda. The Sultanate of Oman registers Omani frankincense internationally as a geographical indication with WIPO. Tehran confirms it has not yet decided on resuming negotiations, as Washington says that its negotiating delegation is heading to Islamabad. And the Israeli army continues artillery shelling on southern Lebanon, while Lebanese refugees continue returning to their homes. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studios and the newsroom, it's good night and stay safe.